All right, welcome everyone to interview number 13 of the Empires and Puzzles Books interview series. I'm JekylandHyde in the game, Empires and Puzzles Books on YouTube and everywhere else. And today we are sitting down with one of the recruiters for 7 days hunting, the infamous, famous Archon. Patrick, nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So for those, and I don't know how you wouldn't be familiar with him, but for those who may not be familiar with Archon, he does run a German YouTube channel for Empires and Puzzles. And you would see him at the top of various charts. Most recently, this morning, I woke up to him being 92nd place, top 100 in this week's weekly raid tournament.
Yeah, it ended 92, so it was my highest ranked tournament since ages, I think.
Yeah, well done, very well done. Do you had a defense all week?
Yes, it's 72.4 at the end, I guess.
Okay, excellent. So we had this week's tournament, just for anybody who's watching this in the future and wouldn't know what this week was. This week was a 5-star buff booster, excuse me, 5-star bloody battle without any ice heroes. So you went a defense all week, and how was your offense?
Normally I change my offense teams. I try to be to react to every single defense on its own, but I find out that the combination of Panther, Cage, Seashed, Zimkita, and Marjana costume was very successful, because you need you fire Panther and it's an instant kill with Cage or Seashed, even with most 20 emblems on the opponent. So and that helped. And only 6 tiles for Cage, so he made a big damage. And also the attack up from Zimkita, I had some close fights, but in the end they were normally no big deal.
Yeah, your very last fight against Duckman Games, that was a close
that
one.
was close, yeah.
So what was your final offensive score? How many wins and losses?
I had, in the end, I had 3 losses.
3 losses? Excellent.
And I had them already at day 2, and I went on a 15 win streak, and that helped. That helped a lot. After day 2, I thought, well, maybe I have to buy in twice.
Right.
But it turned out very well. Yes.
Yeah, I'm pleased with anything that is 1 loss per day or less, because that's 80% win rate.
Yes.
But it does obviously require a buy-in at times. Now, you just mentioned a 15-game streak. Do you happen to know what your longest raid tournament streak is?
I think my best was 1 loss on the tournament. It was also 5-star, but my defense was crap. So it was from day 1, it was E, and I had no chance to get even near to top 100. And that was very frustrating, because having 24 wins and but the loss was between, I don't know, it was not a 15 win streak. So I think this tournament was the highest win streak.
Nice, excellent. Yeah, I had last summer, I went undefeated on offense in a 3-star tournament. And if you looked at the wins I had from the tournament the week before and the week after, I had a 31 game streak, which I don't know that I'll ever do that again, but that was pretty cool. And my viewers can get on my case, because that was not 31 mono games. There was a lot of 3-2 in there. I do 3-2 more with 3 and 4 stars, just because of the difference of how mana gets built.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so let's get in and talk a bit about your gaming, specifically with some of the stuff that you're highlighting on your channel. And actually, before we do that, and before I forget, what's the story behind Archon? Where's the name come from? What's the history?
It's no specific where it comes from. I played Mass Effect Andromeda. It's a funny note on the PS4, and there was the big bad guy, and he called Archon, like you
Okay.
said, and that means in Greek like one of the oldest, one of the first of one kind. And I thought, well, that's maybe fitting. It's something new. I don't want to use my normal name, so I was a little bit uncreative and took this name. And well, let's say it comes from Mass Effect Andromeda.
Okay, perfect. So now I did notice on YouTube, your YouTube channel, which I will have posted right above us here, says Archon on YouTube, but there is also an Archon Gaming. Is that also you? That is a different games?
No, I have only one channel.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I've created a extra link, and it's called Archon Gaming Let's Plays, where I play other games, but it's the same channel.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
it's I don't know. Maybe it's another Archon on YouTube. I don't know, but normally I have one channel.
Okay. And for those watching who are, my audience, I assume is predominantly English speakers, since that's the only language I know. I'm very jealous of people who are multilingual. Let me just tell you, the quality of Patrick's play does not need interpretation. So, I watched his five wins on Friday from the tournament, and it was quite easy to get what he was talking about and what he was proud of and his excitement when things were going well. So don't let the language barrier get you. Now, one of the things that I think really sets you apart from a lot of other YouTubers is that you're putting up some content that it's intentionally not your best heroes. You're doing things that are more instructional and probably helpful for the free to play and cheap to play crowd. So I have some of your images up here, and I'll just kind of walk you through the ones that I'm looking at,
Mhm.
so we can talk about them, because I think this is kind of fascinating, and I think this will be inspiring for a lot of people who are probably a little tired of me talking to people who are spending tons of money and have all the best heroes and all the best troops and everything else. So I appreciate that you put this content out there. So the first image I'm looking at is a finishing screen from a seasonal event, and you're using not just season 1 heroes, but they're
Mhm.
4-star season 1 heroes. So
Yeah.
this is the image with Wukong, Scarlet, Gormek, Colin, and Wilbur. And it's an ending of a seasonal event. And I know a lot of people
Mm.
struggle with those last scenes. And this is obviously a 3-boss stage, so it's one of the last, if not the last
Yeah.
stage. So
Yeah.
talk us through a little bit about what you're doing and why you play this way.
Yeah, let's go big back. When I started the game, it was like all of us. I had no clue. I did what I thought it was right, but mostly it was wrong because I don't knew the game. And then I started to think. So where can I improve? I watched lots of videos from Zero. You had him
Mhm.
on one of your interviews. So I watched his war hits in the past. I watched several others, and every time I saw it, I thought, well, they show their best heroes, but I don't have them. So
Mhm.
what does it mean for me? I have only 3 stars and 4 stars, but he had 3 Panther at this time, or I don't know, and they were so far away from me because I think I was free to play for 8 months, and so I thought there must be something different. So when I started my channel 1 year ago, um, I thought I have to help people. I have to help people who were in the same position like I was. So I made all these, like you said, it's the seasonal event. I checked what can I do differently when I see people using 4 or 5 stars and get easy through all the stages. And there were hundreds of people out there who watch this, but think, well, nice for him, but I don't get it because I don't have the heroes. So I mostly try to take season 1 heroes because they are easy to get. They are free, sometimes free with the training camps, and I try to go back to the roots. We are up to season 4 now, and no one plays with season 1 heroes anymore outside the events. And so I try to show the people that they also can win with season 1 heroes and also with 4 stars when they have the right setup, the right combination of def down, attack up, like in the picture with Wukong and Gormek, essential heroes for basic players.
Sure, excellent. Yeah, I have not as extensive as you do, but I do have a playlist on my channel that's called Fours Can Do Anything. And it's just every now and then I challenge myself to try something in the game just using 4-star heroes. And it is definitely harder and it's more of a challenge, and you have to be more careful about which heroes you're using and in which order, but it's possible. So
and it makes me more fun sometimes.
Sure, yeah, it's more of a challenge. It's more of a puzzle, right? Empires and puzzles. It's a bigger puzzle to figure out. All right. So, and this is not just with the seasonal events. You do this in a lot of places. So I'm now looking at your 4-star attack team on the costume event, which can be a pretty challenging event to get through without heavy hitting heroes. But here you're relying on you got Wukong, Lady Woolerton, Cyprian, Regard Costume, and Lai Zhu.
Yeah. So it's a combination. I try to always try to go 3-2, and I always tell my people or the German community to try to go with 2 healers. So in this point, we have no 4-star yellow healer in season 1, season 2. And the only thing is like Gulim Bursti or Lady Woolerton. So I said you can do it with yellows and purples, or you can just go back to the season 1 and try reds like Bulltusk. So that's the point. Normally you can go greens on it with Melindor. So there you have the season 1 heroes back again, and yeah, that's the main point of my channel, to help the others, because I see you sometimes on Facebook, and I'm also there too. So but when people ask for help, so they normally get the answers, read the card of the hero, or they ask for, is this hero better or this to ascend, and everyone says take this hero, but you don't know what heroes he has. So it's you have to ask what heroes do you have, for what do you need the hero, and that's some kind of annoying, because you have always people who speak out loud and they have no clue what they say, maybe sometimes, and that's when I post some kind of these videos to show the people. They always came and say, wow, I can do it with 5 stars. I say, great, but that helps nobody. So you have to, you can't think that everyone has your fancy heroes. So I mean, I can do this, the tavern masquerade or anything else. I can do this easily with 5 stars, but there's no point in helping people. I can show them, wow, I'm great. I can do this in the final boss stage in under a minute, but that's not the point of the channel, and that's also not the point of your channel, because I see you have 3 Danzaburos or more multiple stone cleaves, so there's something you try to test sometimes, and that helps the people, and nothing to show the big 5-star heroes.
Yeah, and I think part of that for me is I take the game seriously, but on some level, it's still a game. Like I still want to have
Yes.
fun with it.
Yes.
Attacking
Yeah.
people with 5 stone cleaves is absolutely hilarious. It's
Yeah.
just really enjoyable. Everybody's ghosted. They can't hit you, and
Yeah.
you're hitting them every turn with the power of Liana. Actually, more than the power of Liana on,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a fun way to look at the game. So I like that creativity. That's why I like some of the new heroes like Lepiota that are doing different things like hiding a
Yeah.
character instead of just outright obliterating them. Back to your team here, I do want to point out that you're using Cyprian, and that is
Yes.
fantastic. And I've done a video with Boral for the same purpose. When you're fighting really strong enemies that are hitting multiple targets, you don't need to bring strength, you need to bring smarts.
Yeah.
If you just fire their weapon back at them, you can sometimes get them to suicide on your heroes.
Yes.
So well done there.
So it's also a point I always talk about the battle items. So the revive scrolls are always there. They are important because you don't know. Maybe there's one cascade that charges the hero and he kills it. He kills your hero. So you always need that revive scroll. And well, let's take out Lady Wollerton. Let's go with one healer. Mm-hmm. So you need Cyprian to have some damage reflected, and also the minor healing pots, mm-hmm. or any kind of healing, so that you can overcome a bad board if there are not your tiles. So that's some kind of a trick, maybe, to also watch at the battle items and not only on the heroes.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking at your next team, which was mm-hmm. also a 4-star used in the costume event. And here you were talking about the importance of Wilbur. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm on the wrong picture.
You mean
the Wilbur and Proteus?
Yes.
Yes. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong picture. I knew what I wanted to say, and I was looking at the wrong picture. So I have the correct picture here now. So you have Wilbur and Proteus together, and you made a comment to me pre-interview about that's almost a guaranteed win when you use Wilbur and Proteus. Let's talk about that synergy. Why do you say that's almost a guaranteed win?
A few days before that video, I made a ranking of heroes, the best season 2 heroes in the 4-star, and the first 2 places were Wilbur and Proteus. And so that's why I was thinking to use them in this event. And yeah, it's obvious. We have Wilbur to reduce the damage through the shared damage, mm-hmm. and in this point, Vivica is there for the death down, the defense down, and Regard and Wukong are there to boost the attack. Mm-hmm. And with Proteus on your side, you can silence all 3 bosses. So it doesn't matter how big the cascade is, how many diamonds you have, you can shoot everything and nothing happens. Sure. So, and with Wukong, you normally need few tiles to make big damage. Mm-hmm. So
even with a couple misses.
Yes, yeah. More than you want.
Yeah,
but that's the strategy behind. You have the defense down from Vivica and also from Wilbur, so it's not depending on one hero. And the attack up Rigard is also there to heal. And you see, I have the time stops with me. That's also something I use a lot in these events, because it's not always guaranteed that you have Proteus. Mm-hmm. Like unexpected cascade, and you can't charge him with your little mana pots. And so if I don't have Proteus ready to fire, I use the time stop. When I see the mana is getting up too fast on the opponents, and well, it's an easy win. It was an easy win, and like you see in the the health of the opponents is almost down, and I'm full. So it was unspectacular.
Sure. Now, this next one, which is the one I started to reference before I realized I was on the wrong slide. This is a dark and fire team, and this is where you have Gormak and Wilbur together with Tibertus and Proteus and Regard costume.
Mm-hmm.
So again, in your style, you have 2 healers on the team.
Yes.
So you're really a proponent of longevity and keeping your team alive.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then Tibertus and Gormak, you're getting defense down from both colors. That's sort of like you did in the last one too. Yeah. So you're almost always guaranteeing that defense down, which is really important.
Yeah, guaranteeing that it always happens. Yeah. So, and then Proteus again, one of the, I think he's the best 4-star in my opinion. We have some other heroes like Regard costume, who's really good, but Proteus also in rush wars, rush tournaments, also a great weapon. And I think that's why I always say, if you want to pull on Atlantis on season 2, if you have Wilbur or Proteus and you don't spend a ton of money on this game, that's it.
Right.
You don't need more season 2 heroes, except maybe Ariel, but 5-star heroes, getting 5-star heroes is a little bit complicated sometimes. So if you have Wilbur and Proteus on season 2 and you're cheap to play, and that's it, move on to the next summon gate.
Yeah, and I love that you're using Wukong a lot. I feel that Wukong is underrated. I find the community often just rejects heroes that have randomness or something that could be perceived as negative on the card, and I don't think they always do the math that the positive more than makes up for that occasional negative. Yeah. So just straight mathematically, it's like the difference between Ranveer and Mickey. Mathematically, they're actually pretty similar when you factor in the miss rate of Ranveer. The problem is if you're in a fight where Ranveer happens to miss a lot, it's going to hurt.
Yes.
So there is another one here from the costume event, and this is where you're using all season 1 costumes.
Yes.
And some people might shout, well, costumes aren't easy to get, but you only have two 5-stars there. You're still using 3 4-stars, even though they are costumed.
Yes, that's also a point. Thinking that people may don't have so much 5-star heroes. So I don't expect the viewers to have all season 1 5-star heroes. So I try to do the most things with season 4, with 4-star heroes.
4-star heroes from season 1.
Yeah, exactly. And that's but I have to say, Richard and Marjana are one of the costume heroes I have. Don't have much costume 5-stars. So, but I try to show the people that sometimes it's not makeable with only 4-star heroes. So sometimes you need a 5-star hero in it, or a tank hero like Richard in this situation. Because they get too high on auto attacks. Like if you I tried, I don't know if you have the pick where I failed with Lady Wollertune and Kunchin. That was one of a try I made with 3-star heroes.
Yep, we're coming up to that one. Yep.
Okay.
Well, so we can go ahead. We'll jump into that one. So this was from Tavern of Legends,
right?
And you were using some 3-stars with the 4s.
That was a test to see how far I can get with 3-star heroes to make people feel more comfortable in using them, and it's always not the number you have when there is you can finish this stage with 4,000 team power. That doesn't mean you need 4,000 team power. I ended these stages with 3,400. team power. So that was some kind of a test to show where are the where's the end of the 3 stars in this tavern. And yeah, I always record, I always show everything. So that's where this pick come from. And it's also the 3-star heroes. You have 2 or 3 auto attacks and they are down. So that's what I mean with sometimes you need 5-star heroes. Sometimes it's you can do it even with 4-star heroes. It's very, very, very tough, and also the fights are very long. So you can keep your heroes alive, and after 50 minutes they maybe die because you have no items anymore. So that's sometimes really you have to go with 5-star heroes.
Yeah, and you brought up an interesting point there about the team power. They always list that suggested team power, and I've seen players complain, "I'm 300, stronger than what they're recommending. They want 4,000. I have 43, and I keep losing." It's like, well, your heroes don't make sense together. Like it's that I find the synergy is much more important than that actual number. I find the team power number not a very valuable number to look at times.
Yes.
So we're on Taverns of Legend, and you have another one here where you attack taverns using all costumes from season 1 minus Liana. You don't have the Liana costume.
No. Yeah,
so,
that was. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, that was also a try. I had one of my subscribers asked me to use more costumes in the tavern, in the costume event, and that I tried it, but as you see, I don't have the Liana costume. So if you want to go, and it's not only costumes in this fight, but it's a nice show to that also season 1 heroes can beat everything if you have the right heroes and the right setup and the right items. So it was mostly to show the season 1 heroes.
Sure. And this isn't the Taverns event. And just as a reminder, everyone, Taverns is the event that it's sort of like war. Once you use a hero, you can't use him again. And I know there was a lot of newer players that don't have built rosters that were complaining when that event came out and that, I don't have the heroes to do this. But that's where some creativity. I have some videos up where I just use trainer heroes on the first couple levels, or you use just 3 stars, or
unleveled heroes.
Yeah, or half leveled, or partially leveled heroes. You can get actually pretty far into taverns before you have to start tapping your well-built heroes. And if you do things that like Patrick's doing here, where he's mixing his 5s and his 4s, that's also going to allow you to have some strength and longevity to get through these events. And a lot of the things we're talking about, just as a reminder to the advanced players, this stuff is for you too. Like if you just go in with your big teams and slaughter it every time, it's kind of, you almost farm it, right? But if you actually take the time to challenge yourself and say, what's the minimum I can go in with, or what kind of creativity can I use? It can make it a different kind of challenge. And I find it invigorating just to come up with a new personal challenge. I do a lot of challenge videos for that exact reason. Patrick, do you have tier?
I pulled him last Valhalla, so
okay.
I have not leveled him yet, but finally he's in my collection. Yes.
Okay, excellent. So when you get him built, I have a challenge for you, and it was one of my more fun challenges.
Okay.
Completing the last stage of season 1, the boss, with just tier.
Okay.
I definitely did not do that on the first try.
Yeah. Okay. Remember me, and I post a video about it. I try.
Yeah. I have the video up. I have a tier is the beast channel, or excuse me, a playlist. And there's a tier I just find to be a fascinating hero, since he has 2 ways to revive and he self heals.
Yeah.
So you can get into some long fights with just tier.
Yeah, he's awesome. I saw fights in wars and raids where he took out 4 opponents, and he never dies. So he's awesome.
Yeah, he
How many tries did you try to get the final stage?
I don't recall. I did it in one sitting, so it wasn't like hundreds of tries, but it was definitely not 1 or 2 tries.
Okay.
You as with all things, especially when you're doing a challenge, you have to have the right board, and you kind of got to get set up a little bit so that
Yeah.
because you have to have the balance between tile damage, some of your weapons, and then obviously counting on him to revive at the right times.
Mm.
Because you can time the thing with Tyr is you can time, like once he fires and he has his wings to revive, you can get very aggressive and just throw tiles and try to get killed so he comes back.
Mm.
But when he comes back at that point, you have a few turns where it's kind of dangerous that he could really be
Yeah.
killed, and then
Yeah.
you have to rely on the fighter revive to get him back, and
Mm.
that's where it kind of gets a little tense for a minute.
Did you use items on this?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, because like you use mana pots and things to get
Mm.
him to come
Yeah.
back. Yeah, I
I
mean,
think without it's impossible. I think.
yeah, the challenge with that fight is that final boss has so much HP.
Mm.
Like it's just it's a battle of longevity just to stay alive, which is why it's kind of fun to use Tyr to do it.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting challenge for sure. Now, speaking of challenges, and this gets to the heart of people who don't have big rosters for Tavern of Legends, nobody says that you have to use 5 heroes just because there's 5 slots. So I'm
Right.
looking at your team here, Patrick, where you just used 4 heroes. You went in 2-2.
Yes.
And no surprise, your Regard Panther, or no, excuse me, that's Sartana. So you had Regard and Panther. Excuse me, I keep saying that. Regard and Sartana, and then you had June and Lai Zhu. So you're not even using 5 heroes, and you're only using 2 5-stars. So you have
Yeah.
2 4s and 2 5s.
Yeah, that was some kind of a new challenge, and as you can see, still season 1 heroes. So I tried this, and a little spoiler, it worked perfectly. So the opponent has lots of health, but I won it, and also same items like always. I had 1 healer, so you see, I took 2 healing potions with me, and the time stop, the revive scrolls always with me. So it was something new and successful.
It looks like a fun challenge for sure.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about this other image you sent with Thor versus Drake.
Yes.
Where are we going with this conversation?
Oh, it's a tough one. It's a really tough one. I pulled Thor and leveled him to 370, and I had a second Drake at 370, and I tried both. And the key was to show who's better. If Thor is better, he was new. I was lucky to get him on the first day. I don't expected him, but so there was. I read a lot about who's better. Drake is better. No, Thor is better. Drake is better. And I made this video, and well, at the end, it's situational. And that's the easy answer, because Thor is very fast, Drake is fast, and Drake hits 3, while Thor he hits 1 at his first charge, and then multiple targets with his second and third charge. So it depends on the situation you are. If you're fighting in a war hit, like the 2 corner heroes are there, Thor can be great. He can kill 1 hero, or if he's at his third charge, he can kill both. So, but Drake only can kill 1 because he always attacks 3 nearby enemies.
Right.
So that's what I mean with the situational. I think when 5 heroes, 5 opponents are there, Drake is better. But if they are spread all over the place, I think Thor is better, because there's the first charge where he hits 1, and the last charge where he hits all of them. So there's no who's better. It's just who you need in this specific situation.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
it was very fun to do this, because I had also no clue who's better. I find it out when I tried both at the same team or in different teams. So it was like a learning process also for me. And yeah, in the end, like I said, it's a draw, I think, between these 2.
And that is another excellent point for viewers out there. Before you even do I got these two heroes, which one do I level? Besides the importance of including information about your roster, your game goals, and your play style, and what other heroes you already have. Another thing to do that's very valuable, just take the heroes up to 370. It's not that crazy to get them to 370. It's that 480 that is expensive in time and resources and those rare mats. But get the hero to 370 and play with them. I do a lot of test drive videos just at 370 for that reason, because I don't know, you can listen to people debate all the time, and I get a little frustrated with people who are keyboard cowboys that know everything just from reading the card.
Yes.
And until you get to play with them or see who they work with, you might totally hate the hero or you might totally love the hero. I've seen videos out there of people who are absolutely in love with Nor, and she's probably one of the more hated heroes of the month, but she's very strong depending on who you're using her with and how your play style is.
I used her with Frost and she's awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. Do you have Nor maxed?
Yes, and 17 emblems, and I'm proud of it.
Nice.
Because I used her last Rush War combined with Frost, and one of her minions has 450 HP, and combined with Frost, it was nearly 600. So, and at the time I had 3 minions, so it was 1,800, or let's say 1,200 HP, because you have the Frost minion also.
Right.
You can easily have a sniper attack, and you didn't lose any HP, just the HP from the minions.
Yeah, so you basically brought an extra team with you. You're bringing an extra team.
Yeah, right.
That is excellent. All right, so we're going to switch gears in a big way and talk about some of the testing you've done with the Ninja Tower.
Yes.
So you've attacked the tower with mono, and you've also attacked the tower with 3/2.
Yes.
And go ahead.
I know that the Ninja Tower is one of your favorite events. So I did my first Ninja Towers 3/2, and I saw that I lost a lot of heroes due to the what's it
curses.
called?
The curses,
yes. And then I thought, okay, maybe let's try to do mono, because I'm not. I played mono in my first days. I always switched between mono and 3/2, so I'm not a specific mono hater like people are out there, or 3/2 hater. That I don't care. Everybody can play like he wants. And I always say to people who have weak heroes and want to attack in war with only 3-star heroes and attack a defense with 5-star heroes maxed emblem, I say, okay, try mono. If you're lucky with your tiles, you can beat this defense.
Sure.
You have a specific way, because you have also the big mana troops. So that's a big advantage for playing mono, and most of us don't have this big mana troops, 5 big mana troops. So that's the downside when people play mono. But if you have weak heroes, go mono. I'm totally fine with it. So, and back to the Ninja Tower, I thought, well, we have done 3/2 a lot of times, so why let's make something new. And like you see on the at the end scores, my mono result was better. So I don't know the exact rank I was at the end, but just looking at the points, and I definitely will try the next Ninja Tower mono and see if I can improve. And I lost, I think, 1 or 2 heroes only. So, and I'm not a specific event player. So like you used all your items, all much better items, and that's why you don't mostly use loss no hero. So
Right. Yep.
that's the other side.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Challenge.
mono is a great option for the Ninja Tower if you want to improve in events. Also like Talk Cats.
Yeah. A challenge that I might be doing in this next Ninja Tower. My wife plays. She's an active. She actually has two accounts, and
Okay.
her she has like a free account and then cheap to pay that she probably spends a little bit money that is a little less than cheap sometimes. Excuse me. But the thing that's interesting about my wife's roster is she focused almost entirely on max embleming 4-star heroes. So she has an
Mm-hmm.
army of maxed emblem 4s, and she has no interest in the Ninja Tower. So I'm thinking about playing her account just to see what I can do with just 4-star heroes.
Okay.
That my hesitancy is just that she doesn't farm on the level that I do, so she doesn't have the backlog of weapons. So I don't know that if I do it that I'd go for score. I might just do it to see if I can get through the entire tower with just 4s. But
I think you will have problems to get a great score with 4-star heroes in this.
sure.
That's why I don't try this on my channel, because I'm a bit selfish in this. I want the emblems.
Yep.
So
Oh yeah. It's the
that's
best emblem event out there.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no place for trying something new or different. You have to go full on the emblems.
Yep. That's why I would do it with her account because, like I said, I don't think she usually even finishes it. I don't think she's very motivated to play the tower. It's just not her speed. I like the complete stress and anxiety of the tower. It makes me crazy for 5 days, but it's a rush when you get good
Yeah.
scores and it works out well. So let's talk about wars. So wars, you're a typically 3-2 player.
Yeah, typically yes. I change a bit in Rush Wars. I think sometimes I go 3-1-1 in Rush Wars, but Rush Wars are my kryptonite.
Uh,
I don't get high scores. I don't know. I don't get the 6 tiles at the start. I don't want to complain all the time in my war hits when it's Rush War, but people see it, and I see the chat running wild. Where are the tiles? Where are the tiles? And I don't know. I'm cursed. I'm cursed with Rush Wars. So normally 3-2 with 2 healers sometimes, or mostly, and sometimes with 1 healer, but depends on the other heroes on the team and also on the opponent's team.
Now with the rush wars, do you have a lot of built normally slow heroes that come to life in the rush?
Yeah, I build more. For example, for this type of war, I have Izarnia, Asla, Kagan. I maxed Kagan and gave him 7 emblems just for the nodes for Rush Wars. So but normally I don't have the fancy heroes like Alfrike, like Santa, like Mother North, no Albi, no Heimdall. So I'm pretty much naked with fancy heroes in this case. Maybe that's also a point why I have low scores in Rush Wars, because this specific heroes are missing. But yeah.
All right, so here's an interesting question for you, because this helps also in Rush Wars. How many fully leveled Proteus do you have?
1.
Really? That's surprising. You're such a fan of Proteus. I'm surprised you didn't have. I was expecting 2 or 3 or 4.
No, I was thinking about maxing a second one, but that would just be for wars. I always I'm not a fan of multiple heroes. I'm more for hero diversity. So the last time I maxed a hero twice or 3 times, it was Telluria, and she got nerfed. So it's not a good sign for me to level heroes twice or multiple times, unless you don't want to get them nerfed. So
yeah, I hear that.
But I considered the Proteus thing. Yes.
Yeah, this was more than a year ago. We had a 4-star tournament. I don't remember which tournament was, but I fought this team that had 2 Proteus on flank. And I just could not get anything going. I mean, I actually had a good board. Like I couldn't get anything happening, and I lost. And then at that time, I was documenting the top 5 winners each week just to get an idea of what the defense teams. I've since stopped doing that because they just keep releasing more and more heroes. So on a 30-week cycle, by the time it comes around again, the heroes are almost irrelevant at times. But I noticed that the top 5 was this guy, the person that beat me with the 2 Proteus. So the very next Atlantis, I maxed a 2nd Proteus. And the next time we had that event, I copied his exact defense. Obviously, he had A, like he had to have A defense, right? You're in the top 5 for the week, and he crushed me. I got a D defense. I used the exact same defense he did, and I got a D. So this game really toys with our minds at times. It can be frustrating.
I made this with a friend of mine. We did the same defense in tournament, and he got A and I got D. So that's the point. You never know how the opponent's attacking you. Is it mono? Is he lucky with a big cascade? Has he starting diamond? You don't know. So that's unpredictable.
Well, another thing and this frustrates me with the raid tournaments, and a lot of players don't realize this. Are you aware that they don't actually calculate all of the attacks on your defense?
Yeah, I heard about it, yes.
Yeah, so what they do is each day, they calculate the first 5 attacks on your defense. So those 5 are absolutely counted. And then for the rest of the day, for the next 23 hours, they just randomly select 1 attack every hour. So I mentioned earlier that I had a perfect week on a 3-star event. I had 25 wins, and I was A defense all week. And then the last day, I dropped to B. So it pushed me down. I think I was 13th or 17th or something that I finished that thing. But I would have been in the top 5 easily, and that's why I was like, how is this possible? And then I went and I was starting to read about it, and I realized, wow, they don't actually count every attack on your defense. It's just the ones that show up, like when you look in your tower, or excuse me, when you look in your score sheet, those are the ones that are counted. And if you look after the first 5, there's only 1 every hour, if you look at the timestamp of when they were logged. So that's a little frustrating. I don't know why they just don't count all of the attacks, but Small Giant, they have reasons.
In tournaments is also that you sometimes fight the same opponent back to back, like I saw on your video.
Yep.
I had this myself. It's crazy. You have so many people around, and you have the exact same guy twice.
That's the 3rd time that's happened to me, and I wonder if somehow, like if you watch the video I just did with Rip the Jacker, who works in casino gaming, he talks about how when you start something in the game, you're actually ending RNG. So like when you do your summons, you do a 10 times summons, you actually stopped RNG. They already told you what 10 heroes you have. It's just watching the video play out. So I wonder, so like when I play that player, especially with playing mono, I'll have a very fast fight. Like, and I'm wondering if the fight is so fast that when I log in for the next player, like it's still queued up to that same person.
Okay. Wow.
So that's just a theory. I have nothing to base it on except for the fact that that's happened to me 3 times. And it seems pretty rare that I get the same person right back to back, which also mirrors the problem that Small Giant had last year. If you remember, there was a drama with the beta players that if they loaded a game and they had their starting board, they could log out of beta and then log into the real game and start, and they would get that same starting board and people were claiming it's not random. It's like, it was random. It's just stored that starting board. So there's a difference between random and storage. But so I wonder if that's what happened, if somehow I'm stored with that player and the fight just doesn't last long enough that they pop right back in. But it seems uncanny with 1.5 million players in the tournament that you get the same person back to back like that. Have you had that happen with the same person?
Yeah, once, but it's months ago. So I don't remember who it was, but I beat him twice back to back. So it was nice.
I have won them back to back every time I've had it. So it's like, I'll
free
take
win.
it. Yep, free win, exactly. So anything we didn't get to that you want to talk about? Anything else you'd like to share or highlight? Do you want to talk about recruiting for 7 days hunting?
Well, it's sometimes it's tough to recruit because we see alliance go down and then they rebirth and they are back again and then they crumble again, and recruiting is I mean I have a little bit of luck with it because of my channel. So most German players come and want to join hunting. It sounds good, but it's also the downside is you don't want to have hunting German alliance. So that's the key to hold the percentage 50-50, or I would like to have 70% non-Germans and 30% Germans. But you can control it. Sometimes 5 people want to leave at the same time. Yeah, one to his job, one has no interest in the game, and some others I don't know. And then you have to take what you have. And if that's 5 German people, so that's it. Yeah.
So for the non-Germans that might want to join 7 Days Hunting, what are your requirements? What do you guys look for?
I saw a few days ago Altair made a sheet where we have all the requirements listed. To be honest, I sometimes I make my own requirements. So it sounds selfish, but I watch at the heroes, and let's say we require 35 maxed 5-star heroes. When I see the heroes and he has 32 maxed, but he has the fancy ones, Alfrike, Bera, Freya, Cobalt, Garnet, Onyx, and then I say, okay, that's fine. You can make the wait list, and it's all good. I look more at the troops. So we all know on our level, it's some kind in the turning point in the match, and so a maxed 30 troop would be great, or 29 is also fine. We know it's no difference with the mana breakpoints. So let's say one troop end of 20, so 28, 29, it's not that much important. Second troop around 23, so you have the breakpoints for fast and average heroes. I always take my troops as an example because I'm free to play on troops. I think I started December 2017 and I just did 110x for troops. And I have a fully maxed set of mana troops at 30. I have and the second is different. The yellow's at 26, red 21, so it's a little bit spread out. But the key is I have a third troop at 11. So I have always the break. I try always to get the break points, and that's what I tell people when they want to join hunting. Look at my troops; they are not the best, but I manage it to stay with hunting with the others, and that's what you have to go for. And yeah, sometimes I have to reject people because troops are too weak, and that's not. I don't mean it in a bad mood, because you also know that it's getting hard for them. It will be hard for them to catch up to, and I don't want them to be frustrating, and then they are 2 weeks in hunting and they want to quit because they don't get along with the troops or heroes, and so that's some kind you have to have a look at, and so recruiting sometimes it's tough also with all the German players around, and yeah, but I think we do a good job.
All right. So the players that are interested in joining, how should they reach out to you? Where do you prefer to be contacted?
I'm well, I'm 24/7 online. So
Online. Yeah.
right. So they can reach out there. It's Archon 90. So it's quite simple. But it's also standing in our alliance banner. There's also the line ID,
Sure.
and just contact me, and we will see if we get along.
All right. You got the heroes and the troops. Maybe you can sign up for 7 days hunting and join the family. All right, Patrick, it was great talking to you today. I really appreciate you sharing all your insights and tips. And I'd like to thank you on behalf of the community for putting so much information out there on how to accomplish these events without using the fancy heroes, as you call them. You're doing it with things that are available to most players. So thank you for doing that. I really appreciate your time today.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye.
Well, looky here. Archon from 7 Days Hunting, German YouTuber, and future interviewee for the Empires and Puzzles Books interview series. We've been talking for the last few days about his upcoming interview, and here he is at Global 1. I'm getting a shot to attack him. We're going to go with my dark team. See how this board treats us. Alright, Drake Fong is not looking long for this world. And we got our 9 tiles, so unpleasant things will be happening. Just not to me. Alright, elemental defense down. Defense down. Now, I have no dark tiles on the board, so I think I'll be okay. Take out the last striker. And let's see, we can make somebody disappear for a bit. Let's make Freya go away. I probably could have put that poison damage that comes with that on Krampus, but not too worried. Sneak a dark tile up. Come on, 1 dark tile, take out Krampus. The worst. Sneak one up that way, maybe. 1 more shot. There we go. We'll wait on Kunshin since there's defense down. All right. There we have it. We'll look forward to your revenge and seeing you in an interview soon.
So, Mr. JekylandHyde, you raided me. Now it's time for my revenge. Let's go with my favorite team. Let's hope for some blues. Okay. Let's take this first. Okay. Blues are coming. Not much, but maybe we get our 3rd match here. Doesn't look good. Shit. Okay, let's do this. Oh, freaking Odin. Ay. Time to say goodbye. Shit. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah.
Let's try again. Oh, come on. Normally this team is really great, but sometimes... Okay. This works. Okay. Man. Frickin' Odin is just brutal. Okay. Good. Let's do this. Okay, that's it. Unfortunately, 2 attempts, but yeah, no chance in the first one. So, Mr. JekylandHyde, see you around. Bye bye.